Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday before Easter. We always serve you the looks when it comes to a holiday, don't we?
You know, I just love dressing up.
Yeah.
Even if it is just a headband.
Well, Hillary surprised me with these ears today. She pulled a rabbit out of a bag. I was like,
I did.
Hello.
I pulled rabbit ears out of a bag.
Actually, they're really soft. I like them.
Yeah.
These ones are kind of cute. You never know what you're going to get, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Target.
Target. Oh, I love Target. Everyone knows I love Target. Since becoming a mom, Target is like my saving grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except our Target, we live in the city, and so we have a city Target. It's not the jam.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. We have no dollar section, which is like...
Right. The dollar section.
The dollar section.
Yeah.
Where you spend like $100 on all the dollar products.
But then you have 100 things.
Yes, exactly.
It's so true.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had a situation once where we left the house without the diaper bag. We forgot. And we had a blowout situation with the baby. I mean, through the clothes, everything. And then we went in Target and we could get every single thing we needed. We got an outfit, we got a diaper, we got wipes. I mean, it was amazing. And then we got snacks.
There you go.
Love Target.
Actually, when my daughter was wearing diapers, we used the Target brand diapers. Those were the ones that we found that were the best ones for us.
Have not tried those.
Oh, yeah. It was, we tried multiple.
Are they more affordable as well?
They're pretty good for, yeah. They're very
I'm like,
affordable.
you're gonna like these diapers, Missy.
Exactly. They were comfortable. They actually like kept blowouts in. I mean, for the most part,
great.
there's always going to be some that goes up the back. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, we haven't had too many blowouts, I have to say, but when it has happened, it is an epic adventure. It is like, I mean, I remember there was one morning when it happened, and I think the entire family somehow got in the mess, and everyone ended up in the shower. Those were dark days, dark times.
Yes. I had one particularly epic one. We had done a road trip to Southern California. We were out to dinner with my daughter. She was like 2 months old, and my in-laws.
That blowout age.
And she had a huge blowout. And I was like, it got all over me too. And I had extra things for her.
Always, right.
And realized at that point, I also needed to carry an extra shirt for myself in the diaper bag for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's hard when you learn that the hard way.
I came back from the bathroom super frazzled, and my husband was like, "What? You're fine. She's fine. You guys like just have your burger." And I was like,
I have poop on me. I no longer want the burger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Parenting. It's very humbling.
yes, daily.
Very humbling. All right, so we're going to dive into some hot topics. We're going to start with what's the right age for life insurance? And this is from Motley Fool.
Yes.
Well, one, every age is the right age. So we have to just put that out there first.
Right.
Every age is the right age, but buying it younger is best.
Well, it's best because your premiums typically are lower.
Yes, but the article wrote this. This was in the article. Younger people statistically are more likely than older people to live longer. I read that and I was like, yeah. I'm glad that's statistically proven. I was like, yes. Yes, we know. So yes, the premiums will be cheaper, and so that is a great incentive. Purchasing life insurance younger reduces the changes in developing pre-existing conditions prior to getting covered, which will also affect your premium. So, that's another reason why starting on the earlier side is key.
And typically when you do go through like a health assessment when you're getting your life insurance.
Right.
So maybe pick a time when you're like super healthy or you've gotten into a new workout routine.
Yeah.
we got ours right after we got married because we'd both gotten in shape for the wedding.
That's a brilliant
So
idea.
it was.
Did you really think through that? You were like, we're like really healthy right now. Let's do it. That's so
Yes.
smart. That's great.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that we were super worried about any pre-existing
You're already
conditions or
young,
anything
right?
like that,
Yeah,
but
but
you know, we were at a optimum of health at that point.
So keep that in mind. After your New Year's resolution, do it in like February before like you stop going or whatever.
Exactly.
That's a key time to get your life insurance. The article also says that people are rarely too old to buy some kind of life insurance, but the premiums will just likely, they will be higher.
Yes.
Of course.
The older you get, the closer you get to possible death.
Possible death. Possibly never waking up again. It's weird to try and be cryptic with my ears on.
I know.
Like,
Right.
can you even take
Can
that
you take us seriously?
Probably not. Also, choosing the right life insurance is critical to ensure that your loved ones are protected properly. So, again, as we always say, it's talking to a professional so that they can help you make those decisions. Because the DIY Google is
Can help you with some initial research, but you really kind of want to work with a professional on this one. So
like if you're putting an IKEA chair together, like go for it. No one's gonna get hurt in the process. Well,
Yeah.
although it is complicated, IKEA.
Sometimes you do get hurt, but
Sometimes I'm like, do you need a degree in this?
seriously.
It's like, it's nuts. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no greater incentive to get life insurance than like just knowing that it's for your family. I feel like that is like the greatest incentive to get anything done really is when you know it's to protect your loved ones.
Yes, agreed. I think that is one of the major reasons to do it, so that you can set your loved ones up for not having to deal with money when they're grieving.
Mourning. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the last thing anyone wants to do. So yeah. So any age is the right age, but the earlier, the better for your pocketbook.
Exactly.
Right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with more hot topics and hot coffee. Welcome back, everyone. We are still here. Ears are still on. We have more to talk about. Important stuff. I hope you've stuck with us. How to avoid going broke attending weddings. This is from Nerd Wallet.
I think that this is super important. It's interesting. They have said that there are going to be more weddings this year than there were last year, and last year had the most weddings per day than any year that they've been tracking this ever.
Because of the pandemic,
Because
right?
of the pandemic, people had to push out so many things for so long.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that, if they didn't end up just eloping and they're like, whatever, we'll do a Zoom thing. But yeah, I can imagine it's going to be a wild summer.
Yes.
A pricey summer.
Pricey summer. Can be very pricey. Some of my coworkers are a little bit younger than me in that prime. My friends are getting married stage, so I have a ton of weddings and things to go to, and it's just brutal. One of my coworkers last year didn't get to take her own vacation because it was just all spent, her time and her money was all spent doing wedding or bachelorette or things for her friends.
There's so many parts. Many moving parts.
So many moving parts.
Costly moving parts. And if you're attending a wedding, you have to factor in often travel, lodging, gifts, and attire. So it can be, if you're going to multiple weddings, it can be very, very, very pricey.
And it used to be, I feel like back in the day, it used to be that you could wear kind of the same dress to any, or well, guys can wear the same suit. Nobody really cares that much.
They can't tell on the social media.
Yeah.
It just looks the same. At least to me it does.
Right.
I mean,
there's some nuances, but really,
I feel like my husband can tell. He'll be like, that's really sharp. I like that. Like he'll notice things. I'm like, they all look like structurally kind of like the same to me. I don't know.
But it used to be you could buy, like, in the 90s or in the aughts, you could just like buy
my
one
wedding
or
dress.
two dresses and it's like my wedding dress for the season.
no.
And now it's like you have to have a new dress, especially if you're seeing the same group of friends or the same family. You have to have, not that you have to. A lot of people
But you
feel
feel the
the
pressure to.
pressure to.
Yeah. Because you're all over social media. Because you know, like there's the wedding name hashtags. And everyone's sharing the pictures everywhere, and it's a whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe, so we have to start considering our own finances and what's best for us. It's financial wellness.
Right. Budgeting.
So maybe you can make the wedding, but maybe not the bachelor or bachelorette party. You know, maybe you just have to choose between one or the other. And I think also the article was touching on, like, remembering that our friends don't want us to go broke.
Right.
Going to the wedding. But it is funny because I think everyone feels that pressure of like wanting it to be the most special day and showing up the most we ever have for that person. You know, because it's like, it's their day.
It's their day.
And you don't want to be like, I can't afford to do it, you know, but the truth is it comes down to budgeting, seeing how much you can budget for that wedding and planning ahead. All right, so we have some tips of how you might be able to save. One is maybe on lodging. What you could potentially do is split lodging at an Airbnb with maybe another couple that's going that you might know.
Yeah, sometimes staying at the hotel that the wedding guests are all staying at is the cheapest option, but sometimes it's not. Maybe there's like a Motel 6 down, like that's just down the road that you can stay at for $50 cheaper or something like that.
Right.
And you're still able to enjoy the party and still able to go to the wedding.
And you get to go back to your Motel 6.
Right.
Hey.
I don't know. I just picked it. Or you stay with a friend. Maybe it's, you know, maybe you do have to fly to San Francisco.
And you know someone.
You know someone. Stay on a friend's couch.
Yes.
These are ways where you can still be able to attend the wedding, but not spend as much on the lodging.
Exactly. See? That would help a lot because lodging can be very expensive.
It can be. One of my coworkers has to pay $750 a night for an upcoming wedding.
What?
And has to be there 2 nights. There's no other options. It's like in the middle of nowhere at this lodge, and it's $750.
See? So then you're going to have to cut back in other areas, like gifting, potentially. The article says, give what you can. But I have a funny story about this.
I'm excited.
My sister's dear, dear friend, I will not mention any names. She has a system. She's very about the system as well. It's kind of savage. She had a wedding, and then what she did is and same, like she had a baby shower, she writes down, not what you gave her, how much you spent on it. Like she writes down the number of every single person, what was spent, and then she replicates that number on that person's wedding.
What?
Baby shower, yeah. That's her way of doing it.
Huh.
She's like, you get what you give. People, you get what you give. I know, it's a little like, come on.
I mean, some people really just can't afford to give more. And
That's
if you're going
the
to
thing.
multiple events for the same person,
Yep.
like you...
It's not always it's not a reflection of how this person or what this person would love to contribute or give to you. It's honestly about, because I know the article was saying, your friends, they don't want you to they want
Apparently
you
not this
not all
this
friends.
lady.
Not all friends. That's why we feel pressure.
But I do think that it's true. I mean, I had a couple of friends when I was getting married say, you know, we want to come to all these events, but you know, I can't afford to give you a wedding present and a shower present and a blah blah blah. And I was like, no. And they were also part of the wedding party.
Right.
And I was just like, yeah, no, I don't expect any gifts from you. You're spending a lot of money and a lot of time, which is actually more important to me.
Especially when people, I think, are traveling to a destination.
Right.
I know for my husband and I, we had one in New York City and we had one in England, and a lot of people were flying to New York, and never in my wildest dreams would I have expected them to give anything else, because I knew that they were spending, you know,
right.
To actually, I mean, that's a big expense in itself, and you know, the gift is having them there. It really is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you think like us,
yes,
you're safe.
If you have friends like us, you're fine.
If you have friends who are keeping tally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's stressful. It just keeps, I think the article just kept pressing, like, be as transparent as you can about like your money situation with your friend. And I think that is something we talk about all the time, and we usually talk about it like within like our families, you
Yeah.
know, like being transparent with family about stuff. But there is no reason to feel ashamed if it's something's not within your budget.
Right.
And we should be able to talk to our friends about that.
Yeah. I think that there's a couple, in one of the other things that it also says is consider declining going. And there's a couple different ways to handle this. I think if you really truly can't afford to go, which happens, especially for out of town weddings, if it's somebody who you're not super close with, or a distant family member, like your second cousin twice removed that you've seen like 3 times in your life.
Right.
Yeah, you can just send the note on the RSVP that you aren't able to attend. But if it's a close friend or, there's somebody that you really would like to be there, but you truly can't afford it, have the conversation with them.
Yeah.
Call them, write them a handwritten note, not just on the RSVP.
Yeah,
I think that goes a
personalize it.
long way.
And consider sending something,
Yeah, like you can't be there, but maybe you send them a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like an expensive bottle. It could just be a bottle.
doesn't have to be the...
Yeah. It could be sparkling wine. Could be a California sparkling wine.
Totally.
But I think that there's ways to handle it, and I think it hurts more for the engaged couple if it's like out of left field and they don't know why you aren't able to attend. But if it's
like totally last minute or whatever. I had a really close friend kind of do that to me. I had them, I thought they were coming. They were in my wedding party, everything. And it was like a week before, and it was just like, no, I can't. And then I was a little like, well, I think that's when it can be a little, you got to tell people like,
yeah, give them notice.
because there's so much planning that goes involved. And so like, it really does help the process if you let people know.
Yeah.
And I know that's not always easy to do, but yeah, there's no issue if it's just not in your budget.
Yeah.
It's not in your budget. But especially if you're going to 15 weddings this summer, oh my goodness.
Yes. And I think one of the other things that they also mention is as you get those invitations to start putting them onto a calendar so that you can figure out, and maybe you might not know all the events that you'll be invited to, but you might know some of them.
Yeah.
So if there's going to be additional events, then you can plan for that.
Right.
And figure out where you can go and where you can't, and start just mentally preparing and have conversations with your friends ahead of time.
Yep. Preparedness at ROITV.
So that's how you avoid going broke during wedding season.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Easter. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back. I'm going to remind you what shows are airing today on ROITV. We will see you in a second. Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to remind you not to miss today's episodes of Options Crash Course, Elder Talk, and Browns in Suits. You can catch all of these episodes on, take it away,
Our ROI app's available on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, or on your iOS or Android phone. So check us out and start your financial learning journey today.
That's right. We can't wait to see you next week because it's the end of our week here at Coffee with Kem and Hills. But we'll be here tomorrow for the wind down, which you know is our favorite. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hills, and we will see you next week.